Welcome everyone. We are back again to the EBM Scholars, and today I'm going to talk about the basic understanding of taxes and deductions in America. Many people like to come to the United States or other Western countries, but the best way in order to find different ways to succeed in these countries is to understand the basic taxing system. That means you'll be in a position to know what do you want to do, what do you want to achieve in the end. I have to give the disclaimer. I'm not the tax expert. I'm just going to give the basic understanding, and I will be able to show you the deductions on my paycheck so that you can be able to see how much they are going to deduct from your end. So let's go and do that. Let me start with sharing my screen. You can be able to see there. This is a pie chart of my deductions. When we talk about the cost of living, whether it's in America, whether it's in Canada, whether it's Australia or Europe, there is a pie chart. The biggest portion of people to spend more, usually we say we spend more on housing, whether it will be a rental or will be a mortgage or owning the home to pay for your home, but that usually is a big one, and then other types of expenses. But do you know when you are working, when you are employed, how much does the government take? How much does the government take as the deduction? How much? By understanding that one, you'll be able to know. And this one is not just only for people who are in America. Even whatever country you are, in Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Malawi, Burundi, South Africa, Sudan, Philippines, UAE, Ghana, Nigeria, whatever country you are, the deductions will be different. But the biggest part you'll be able to see when you get your paycheck, just go, there is what we call the gross. That means before taking any deductions. And then after that, we are going to look all the deductions and then how much is going to be the take home. I know there are a few things you need to know, especially in America. There is a federal government, and then there is a state government, and also there is a city council. So there are different types of taxes, but I'm talking overall, first of all, the big government, federal income taxes, state income tax. We have Social Security. We have Medicare deductions. We have all those type of deductions which are there. But also we have what we call, in other countries, we have what we call Social Security, deductions. That means you contribute towards your retirement. So depends here is famous known as 401k. You put a certain amount and the employer is going to match or is going to put a certain percent of your salary on the retirement part. So this is the pie chart which I want to show you. So basically, majority of people here in America, we get paid on bi-weekly. That means after every week, after every 2 weeks, we get paid. So that's why the full time is usually 48 hours per week. So this pay is for 80 hours per week. Per month is 160 hours. So this is, if you want to know how much are going to deduct per month, obviously you have to take this one times 2, just in a very simple way. So because they do bi-weekly, so in a year, you have 26 paycheck. So when you will be talking about here, this will be just for a month, but if you want to see per year, you'll be able to see. So what are the deductions which are there? There are different. So there are, first of all, there is a part of bigger deduction is on the taxes. So on the taxes, there are different taxes you have to pay. You have to pay what is called the Social Security tax. That's number one. You have to pay Medicare tax. You have to pay the income state tax. So I live in Missouri, but if I go this year and last year, I live in Missouri, but I work in Kansas. So usually I pay tax in Kansas, then later I do on Missouri. But this time I've been working from home, so you'll be seeing just the Missouri tax, but you'll be able to see there is Kansas income tax because I work in Kansas, but I live in Missouri. So there is a way on how you pay in one, and then you are going to file also on the other another area. But this doesn't apply to many people. Many people, they work in the same state and they live in the same state. But for me, I work in another state, I live in another state. So there is state income tax. There is a federal income tax. But sometimes there is a city tax. Not all cities have income tax. For me, I pay what is called the Kansas City income tax because the city where I live, even if it's just overall Kansas City, but is a little bit out of the metro area. So it's Belton, which is 35 miles from the downtown. So I have to pay extra Kansas City income tax. It's a smaller amount. Per year is just about $100 sometimes for the full year, but it's a tax they are going to take from your paycheck. So this is the amount of tax you are going to pay. Then there are benefits, which you have also to contribute. You have to contribute for your dental. You have to contribute for your medical. And also, if you have vision, for me, because my kids, my wife and the kid, one of the children, Benedict, is wearing glasses, and myself, I have different glasses I wear. So for that particular case, usually we have the visual benefits in that particular sense. And then there is a retirement, which I call 413B, whatever, employee contribution. So that is the vision. And then you remain with the take home in the end. So for me, I also sponsor. I used to sponsor 3 children in Tanzania. Now I sponsor 2. One passed away, unfortunately. Rest in peace. So I sponsor 2 children. So there is a deductions. So before I go, I want to show you, I want to explain to you what are these deductions mean. Like all this deduction, when you do the calculations, how much are they going to take? So for that particular case, let me go on this one, and I will be able to do this deduction by actual numbers so that you can be able to understand. So number one, let's go and look on the deductions on the, let's use calculator here. I'm putting on my screen the calculator so that you can be able to do things in a proper way. So if we take a calculator and try to include all the deductions. So the first column is just the deductions by every paycheck, and the other deductions, how much they have deducted from January 1st to end of November 30th. So how it is this way. So the Social Security on each paycheck, in every 2 weeks, they are deducting on my paycheck $135.47. Then Medicare, they are deducting $31.61. Then Missouri income tax, they are deducting $53 on each paycheck. But let's go to the federal income tax. So the federal income tax, they have put how much they have deducted for the full year up to today, end of November. So up to today, they have deducted $1,797. So divide that from January to today. So how many paychecks? The average about, they have taken about 24 paychecks so far. So let's say 24 paychecks up to now. So up to now, so it's about $75 on each paycheck. So let's add $75. That is a federal income tax. And then the Kansas City income tax, which I've been paying, is $1,055. Divide that by 24. How many paychecks? Divide that one is about 43.9. So we add that about $44 on state income tax. Then from there, we are going to add the Kansas City income tax that I pay. But as I said, that is just about $62 up to now. So it's a very small amount. It's just about $2, $3, $4, whatever, I don't know, divided by 24. It's about $3, about plus $3 each paycheck. Then from there, up to that moment, is $341. That is just the normal part of the normal taxes. Then let's go to add some of the benefits or deductions which they take from me. Dental usually is a small amount. They do dental $12.21 each paycheck. Then they are going to take medical. So depending on the medical, what kind of insurance you have. But for me, I have a little bit higher insurance because I have children. When you have children, you have to pay attention on that. You don't just take people and you never know what is going to happen. Children, anything can happen to them. So I have 3 children, my wife and myself. So it's medical for 5 people. Each paycheck, they take $355. So plus $355.59. So if you put it per month, I pay over $700 each month for, yeah. So that one. Then I do the vision. Vision is $7. $7.63. So this is optional. Do you need to have a vision, like eyes insurance, like if you want to buy glasses, eye exam, all those kind of things? So that is something I do on my end, but not if everyone has eye exam. So the other things will be different on person to person. As I said, I work with a non-profit which we do sponsorship. So I take each month, I used to pay, I used to sponsor 3 children, but 1 passed away. So each paycheck, I deduct $36 to contribute on the sponsoring those 2 children at the moment. Then I do what is called the 413B employee the benefits, just for other people they call 401k, whatever, those kind of things, but on non-profit is 403B. That means is employee deductions where I'm going to put towards my retirement. So each paycheck I deduct 101. This is something people should understand. When you are asking, do you want to contribute towards retirement? You have to do that because there is extra free money from your employer is going to match that amount, or is going to add a certain amount towards the retirement. So I contribute 101 each month, each paycheck. So it's about 203 per month on my retirement. So then on my end, so that is just the normal deductions. But also I have 2 loans. One is $68.33. Another one is $33. I deduct on my loan, which I do the payment. So that is 101.97 cents. So those are my deductions. So if you add all deductions, you come to get $956.94. So that is amount you are going to get, 956, also 957. That's the amount you are going to do the deduction. That is for 1 paycheck for every 2 weeks. So this one, you times 2, like means like for how much you are going to get in 2 weeks. So if you times 2, you are going to get almost $1,913. That is the amount of money they deduct on my paycheck when I go for, if you add all the deductions, this is what you are going to get. So It's a lot of money. So when you are going to do it, depends. But whether you like it or not, the income tax, if you say the other things for me is okay, I add like retirement, I add about sponsoring other children. But even if you reduce all those amount, I'm going to do deductions about $800 on one paycheck. So it's about $1,600 or $1,700 on a monthly basis on my paycheck. So when you say you are going to get my salary is $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, you have to know how much deductions are they going to take. So that is something you need to pay attention on yourself. That is one part for you to understand. Another part of this one, I know you might be having a question. Why rich people pay less when it comes to tax? Simple, they own a business. So this video is also to encourage immigrants especially to own business. When you go and get employed, you ending up to pay so much taxes. For instance, I give you an example. Just the quick example is this one. I pay federal income tax and the state income tax just from January to today, 1,797 plus 1,055. So up to today, from January to today, just the normal federal and the state income tax, I've paid almost 3,000, the income tax. But if you own the business, this is the best part of owning the business is they don't do the taxing right away. For me, when I get the paycheck, automatically the government takes the check, take their portion, the amount. But when I own the business, let's say I'm a full-time YouTuber. Let's say I have let's say education consultant working from home, my own company. Or let's say I have a store. Let's say I have a restaurant. This is how it works. They don't take the tax on every paycheck, whatever. So they have to wait until the end of the year. You are going to do as follows. They are going to look how much you got, and you have to reduce all expenses of your company. The leftover is what the government is going to tax you. You have to, I'm repeating so that you can be able to understand me. The government is waiting, you get all your money. By the end of the year, just like YouTubers, they don't tax us in US. But if you're a YouTuber outside the United States, the government takes 20% of every paycheck of YouTuber. I'm giving an example. But for me, they don't tax me right away. They wait for me until the end of the year. When I'm going to file the tax, they tell me, okay, YouTube will send me the W-2, like how much I have got for the full year. Let's say I got 10,000. I'm giving an example. I don't get that one. So in that 10,000, they say, give us the expenses. How much did you use? So this is how I'm going to write off some of my expenses. I traveled to Tanzania. I was recording some videos. As a YouTuber, that is a business expense. I bought the lights. I bought the new Mac laptop. I bought the new phone. I have iPhone 13 Pro Max. Those are business expense. I use internet at home. That is a business expense. I use my phone to upload the videos. That is a business expense, like the normal phone expenses. I use the overall the bill for the light at home. I'm subscribing to Canva to pay on a monthly basis. I'm subscribing to Adobe Premiere Pro. I pay this amount. I'm subscribing to use this type of ink. I mean, like I'm subscribing to use StreamYard. Maybe $10 on or whatever, or $15 on a monthly basis. All those expenses are business expenses. If I travel from here to go to downtown, to go to record a video, that is a business expense. If I have lunch with another YouTuber and I pay that one, that lunch is a business expense. So you see, in the end, you might end up, after all business expenses, you remain with it $20 or $100. Then the government is going to tax you on the leftover as a profit. This is where you find rich people are going to be rich because they don't pay tax, because they do all the expenses. If I purchase the vehicle, you purchase the vehicle, say this is a business expense. But if you go and do just employment, you are going to be full-time employed all your life. That means every day you buy the gas, driving to the work and come back, government doesn't consider anything because they've already taken their taxes. But for me, if every day I go to work and come back, but if I go to my office and that is my personal business, even if I'm using my personal car, that is a business expense. So all the mileage, gases I'm using, all those ones are going to be deducted from expenses. What does that mean? It means I'm trying to explain to you as immigrant to also start thinking owning the business instead of all the time to think about full-time employment. Because if you think about full-time employment, see all these taxes they will be taking, and it will be a lot if you want to figure out in that particular sense. So it's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want it to just fully employed and you enjoy full employment? It's good. That's why you see there are so many people in the end, especially West Africans. And in East Africa, you find the most Kenyans, mostly people from Somalia, most people from Djibouti and Ethiopia. In the US, they own a lot of business. Because by owning business, that is a secret on how you can pay little amount of tax. Don't hurt the player. Those are the rules of the taxes. So it's up to you to figure out how do you go and do that kind of particular sense. People should understand that these type of taxes are basic for you to understand. Once you understand this game, it will help you to think about retirement in the future. And this one is also in your countries. I don't know particularly, but some countries, I mean, most of the business, they're not going to tax you directly right away like this. I mean, I know some other countries, when you start the business, they can project maybe this will be probably be able to get that one, but they're going to take out of the percentage you're going to get. Someone, Sumila Muhammad, says, EBM, these taxes are taken and people see and get it benefit, but our African countries, you will never know where the money goes, but they continue to borrow. I understand on one part, on that particular sense. In Western countries, yes, most of the time we see where the money goes, but sometimes they abuse because politics around the world. You will find out how much money congressmen are getting paid and what they are doing. Sometimes is different, but we are thankful. Sometimes there is accountability. You can be able to see good roads, you can see a good hospital, you can be able to see schools, you can be able to see those ones. But you see in our counterparts, African countries, they take most of the taxes, but in the end, you don't see that one. For us here, you can also, by paying the tax, in the end, you are going to get the tax return, certain amount can come back to you. And if you have children, you get what you call the child tax credit. So it helps you a lot in one way or another. So that is something I want to share with you today. For people who are watching or following me up, just to let you know that you need to know the basic understanding of this type of business about taxing, and how these type of taxes can affect your entire game about thinking about these countries. So even if you have a business in selling on Amazon or on eBay, they will help you a lot. So when I say to own a business, even if you are selling things, it's not a full-owned company, it's called sole proprietors, you still like self-employed, whether you are doing truck business, whether you are just doing a YouTube. All those are kind of thing. So Damurila Peter says, so what if you are an owner operator of a trucking business? Can your private car expense also be written off? Yes, because let's say you park your truck at the maybe downtown, but you have to drive from your home to downtown. So that is the business you are going to work. You are going to do business. That is a business expense. I give my example. For me, flying to Tanzania, I went to see my family, but also I did some videos, business expenses about my YouTube. I did a lot of, that one was a business expense. If I have dinner with you and that dinner, I record you the video and I go to upload it, that was a business dinner expense. But you, if you go for the birthday, just a birthday party and eat, that money goes away and you pay extra. But for me, that is a business expense. So that's why there is a difference when it comes to you are the business owner. So those are the things people should understand, the side of the taxing business in America, also in other countries, so that you have to start shifting your mind to not full-time employed for the rest of your life, but also to think about business ownership. And this is what I usually tell people. We get upset. Oh, this system is so racist. There is institutional racism. Okay, yes and no. Why? You have to find where the game is. The game is on the business rather than being employed. So if that is the system, it doesn't matter who owns the business. The taxing regulations are there to be applicable to everyone. They are not taxing regulations for white or black. There are tax regulations for people who own business and individual employed. So if you want to follow the system, that is what you can do. So that is something you need to consider about that one. So, okay, there is a question from one of the person watching. Says, please, can I be in the Navy and choose another job? I don't understand it clearly. The question is, but when you are joining the military, you choose the job to work in the military. Depending on the score you got from what is called ASVAB, the entry exam, you are given maybe 10 or 5 jobs that because of these grades and your background, these are the jobs you are eligible or allowed to get them. So you choose the job you'll be working in the military, because you cannot just join the Navy or join the Army and then do everything. No, someone who is going to do, there is one in supply, another person will be in your admin, another person will be cooking, another person will be gunner's mate, another person will be driving the ship, sauna. There are so many other jobs within the military which you need to consider. Hello, EBM. Hello, EBM. This is a question from Umaru Matud Kamara. Hello, EBM. Job well done. If someone won the green card lottery and come to the United States, how long does it take to join the military? If you arrive today, you are allowed to join today. But it will take a little bit longer because you will be waiting the actual card. But you can start the processes right away from day one. Because once you arrive here, you get the social security number within 10 days. After getting the social security number, you can go and start processing. But the actual card can take up to 6 weeks. So once you have the actual card, you can join and start the military. So there is no how long, like the time-wise, you can wait. No, you can just start right away. So I just want to end up here right now because it's almost 30 minutes. I don't want to have a very long live stream. I want to make a shorter live stream so that someone comes later and be able to follow us what we have been able to discuss. For those who are just coming and down the road later, remember we have been talking about immigrants in America, understanding of taxes and deductions, and encouraging you to take the actions possible to own the business so that you can be able to write off most of your expenses and pay little amount of taxes than if you are going to wait until you are employed and to get a lot of deductions. So thank you so much for your continued support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Let's continue sharing my YouTube channel to other people, and let's be part of the EBM Scholars family. Goodbye, and have a nice day each and everyone, and evening wherever you are.